Forget restrictive diets. This is how I'm eating for fuel and not punishment. So this has pretty much been my breakfast here every morning in Hawaii. I've just finished morning training. Right now I'm filming all of these all over the place. And I've been here for almost 3 weeks now. And this has been my breakfast every morning. So I've got protein oatmeal. I've got protein yogurt. So this has been part of my journey as well, is healing that relationship with food. Because, I don't know, as a millennial and also having gone through being a pro fighter and stuff too, it did a little bit of a number on my relationship with food in terms of demonizing a lot of food. So good food, bad food, you shouldn't eat this, you should eat that. And now what I'm liking about developments in the fitness industry is the more realistic conversations around food and around fueling our bodies in order to perform better. And that's what we are doing here. So I'm not going to get into too nitty-gritty about what my meal plan and diet and all that kind of stuff is, but my main focus in conjunction with my trainer, aka my brother-in-law, has been to try and get in 180 grams of protein a day and drink a gallon of water, which is 3.77, I think, 3.7 litres, which is a lot. That is a lot, but apparently that's how much water we should be drinking. Who knew? So this has been my breakfast every morning. We've got the protein yogurt with the protein oatmeal, which has been amazing. And then this, I've been fortunate to be eating every day too, is papaya. So I love papaya and it grows so readily here in Hawaii. We can't grow it in Japan. We can get it to a green state. So later on in the year, you'll see I'm going to plant some in my garden and we make like green papaya salad and stuff, but having them like this, the papaya just makes me so happy. It's so sweet. And the papaya seeds are actually quite good for you, so I try and eat just a spoonful to swallow it because they've got good enzymes in them. So too much, probably not good, but I get about a spoonful every time I have a papaya. So part of my journey is I'm trying to, again, heal my relationship with food and also fuel my body to be able to perform and do the things I need to do. So I'm training hard in the mornings and I need to fuel up for the rest of the day. Hence, you know, getting a good amount of carbs in, good amount of proteins and fats. And then I top it off with a protein shake. This is not sponsored. Maybe I'll blur this out, I don't know. But getting it with a protein shake. And that'll fuel me. That's a decent amount of protein to start the day with. And then I just envisage all of that goodness going into my body, into my muscles, and getting me ready to tackle the day. So I've really been loving the consistency here in Hawaii. This has pretty much been my breakfast every single morning, and I like that routine. It makes me gives me that certainty, I think, and I know what to expect, and it gets you into that flow, which has been great. I think that's going to be one thing that I'm going to miss when I go back to Japan, because everything is so different. And even this is part of the journey as well, was realizing and trying to utilize the things you have access to. So I'm not going to have access to papaya or these kind of funky, low calorie, high protein yogurts, and even the oatmeal. I take some of the oatmeal back, but that's going to run out eventually. So we're going to have to work with what we've got while I'm in Japan. Even things like shakes. So some people don't have access to shakes. If I can, I want to try and get as much of the protein as possible from real food, from actual food, as opposed to, shakes and stuff. But 180 grams of protein is a lot. Trying to eat enough food to get the amount of protein in, for me, I get super bloated, and it's too much. I get uncomfortable, like I'm forcing it in, and that's not healthy either. So the shakes just help with that for me. But yeah, it's really important to find what works for you. Oh, one habit that I have gotten out of, which I'm pretty stoked about, is I'm a morning coffee girly, so I like my coffees in the morning. I just have black coffee, but it's a nice way to start the day. However, it's better if you can wait for a couple of hours before you have a coffee to let your body naturally wake up and do its thing. So I have been waiting a couple of hours, and that was a bit of a win. So this is how I've been fueling myself here in Hawaii, for the breakfast anyway. So one thing under the advice of my trainer is that, so sometimes when people are on fitness routines, you know, they're tracking their kai, their food, and they'll have a certain amount of fats, protein and carbs that they've got to get in, or calorie intake for the day. Initially, for my journey, I'm just focusing more on the protein intake. So I'm not going crazy trying to, you know, slam the carbs and everything, because it doesn't matter. That's not the case. I'm also not stressing about how much carbs I'm getting in or how much fat I'm taking in. The main focus is just getting enough protein for now. The other things we can tweak later on, but we're just going small steps at a time so that we can ease into the journey a little bit more, rather than just slamming it but going straight onto a restrictive diet. And I must admit, this has probably been one of the happiest I've been in terms of food and training, because I really do find myself not stressing about what I'm eating. But what's interesting is eating this much protein and eating this much kai is I haven't been craving junk food. I haven't been like wanting to eat or binge eat, which is another kind of bad habit that I've had. And that's been amazing because I just feel so much happier. Even being here, people have bought me a lot of kai, a lot of food. Things like the poi donuts or even chocolate drops from Liliha Bakery. And I was able to have a poi donut or have a couple of the chocolate drops. It's like cookies with buttercream. It's amazing. But I was able to have a little bit of it and be satisfied, whereas before I would want to slam the whole carton of them. So those victories are kind of big for me. It's pretty cool. So I'm also going to be doing a segment. I don't know if I'll attach it to this particular video, but I'm going to be doing a little segment because our niece, so Egan's daughter, has been so helpful in doing meal prep and cooking, and she cooks some super good meals. So I actually want to do a little segment with her where I'm cooking one of the meals, and then we can show you guys how to do that as well. I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm also one that has been sucked into diet culture over the years. So, you know, I've tried all sorts of diets, like low fat. I did Weight Watchers about 20 years ago, done keto, probably too many to name right now, but I've tried it all, and all of them had that similar theme of kind of demonizing food. For example, keto, you know, carbs are the enemy, and blood type diet. It really does skew your vision of food. And if it works for you, that's cool. But now I'm trying to build a more sustainable, a more realistic kind of practice and appreciation for food and fueling my body. And I'll tell you what, one thing, it seems so silly and so simple, but every morning I look forward to my papaya at breakfast. And I'm so grateful to my mother-in-law because she's been making sure that they're stocked up at home. And like, they've got trees here, but when they're not here, she'll go get them. And I'm so grateful for that, because every morning, I don't know what it is. It's the taste, it's the color, it's the memories that I have with papaya, because I tried papaya for the first time here in Hawaii when I met Ensign. But papaya really, it's simple. It really does just make me that happy. Funnily enough, Ensign doesn't like papaya. I suppose growing up on it, you kind of, your taste change, your preferences can change, but I love it. And in order to help understand what I've been eating here, I've actually been using a tracking app. So it's a real common one, MyFitnessPal. You can get the free version. I got the paid version, but I used this when I was active fighting, so about 6-7 years ago. And the features have improved so much. So a lot of the time you can just scan the barcode on foods, or it has suggestions, but the features have really gotten a lot more user friendly, which is great. And it also connects to your Apple Watch, so it can record all your activity. Before you had to put it in manually, and it gets kind of like it gets annoying to put all that in. But now, like, everything's connected, it's great. And again, this was one thing that I'm kind of looking to heal as well, because in the past I would start getting obsessive and having to track every single thing that I was eating, and I became really kind of clinical about it, and I found that I stopped enjoying food so much. So now one of my personal goals is to be able to use this as a tool, mainly to track how much, the protein, so I can make sure I'm getting enough protein in, but also not stress if I don't hit the targets. So, for example, yesterday was a bit of a rest day, Sunday, and every day I've been consistently hitting at least 10,000 steps on top of my workouts. And on Sunday I didn't. And before I would try to push myself to get to that 10,000. But now we're just accepting, no, it's a rest day. Like, we don't have to hit 10,000 every day. So that's been part of the learning journey as well. And that's been really, it's kind of been an interesting change in my thinking. And it's not there because I get those thoughts that come up still now and then, kind of thinking like, I should be doing more, I should be doing that. But no, it's okay. It's fine. Kind of just chill out and let it go. Because that kind of stress also isn't good for your nervous system as well. So yeah, but that has been a really helpful tool. None of this is sponsored by any of the kai you see me eating. So it's going to be interesting because I don't have these resources when I go back to Japan. So that's going to be another video that we're going to do where you can see what I eat in Japan. So that's my breakfast here in Hawaii. I'll talk to you guys shortly.